from the legendary Juice Crew, Brooklyn's finest, Masta Ace. What is good, brother?
What's going on? What's going on? Thanks for having me on again.
Yes, honor, man.
Always a pleasure, brother. Always a pleasure. But we already did your retrospective and whatnot, so we're not trying to rehash that and do that again today. But what we would like to do is, let's start off with what's been going on in your world. Everyone's been dealing with the coronavirus. What's been going on with Masta Ace? I heard rumblings about a hip hop musical, loosely based on A Long Hot Summer, your classic album. So let us know what you've been up to and what you're doing.
Yeah, that's what I've been working on the last, really before the pandemic even started. I've been working on this, writing the script for this musical for about 2.5 years. And right before the quarantine in March, I want to say like the second week of March, we had our first kind of like loose, unofficial table read.
Nice.
Where, we just had some actors, some talented people come in that either work in Broadway or work as actors, TV, whatever. And they were kind enough to, donate their time to come in and sit down and just read parts. And it was just an opportunity for me to hear the characters, hear the storyline, get reactions from people, because they walking in cold. They've never seen the script before. Like, they literally walked in a room, were handed a script, and like, okay, you're going to read these 2 parts. You're going to read these 2 parts. And it was about 15 people in the room, I guess. And we just went through the musical just so I could hear where it was and know where it needed to go. And that was in March of 2020. So since that time, I pivoted from working on the script to working on the songs, which is a whole different, mindset. So probably since last March, I've been focused on the music for the musical. Up to that point, I had no music at all. I had a couple of ideas, a couple of beats, but no real idea, no lyrics. And so for the last year, I've been really focused in on the music, not some, the script has also evolved because I was told, by the people that I'm working with, a company called Rhymes Over Beats. They're a hip hop theater company. And they know the theater game. I'm new to it. I don't know anything about this theater game. And so they told me that, my page count was a little too high. I'm at like about, I was in March, I was at about 100. In March 2020, I was at about 140 pages.
Wow.
And they were like, it needs to be roughly around 100 pages. So while I was working on the music, I was also editing down the script and trying to take out the extra things that didn't need to be in there, to get it down to 100 pages. I'm not there yet. I'm like 119. But they told me if I can get down to 110, they can live with that. So that's been the process. And at the same time, during this coronavirus year, I also started writing a TV series.
Oh,
really?
Wow.
I wrote the pilot first, and I sent it to a couple of people that are actors. My good friend Mike Rappaport, I sent it to him.
Nice.
I know that he would be able to give me real, true feedback because he's read scripts before.
Right.
And he actually gave me a very positive feedback about it. And so I was excited about that. And I let a couple other people read it that are actors as well. And then, so now I just put full steam ahead on working on that. I'm working on the 3rd episode now of that. And yeah, I've been keeping myself busy in other ways with writing. I haven't started working on any music yet, but Marco Polo has given me the backdrop for the next record that we're going to do together. I have between 15 and 20 beats. I lost count because every time he sends me a dope one, I just sock it away in this one folder. I'm like, I haven't even counted. I mean, it might be 20 beats in there now. Wow. But we're definitely doing another record. But I was determined to not write it during 2020 because everything that was going on.
Right.
I didn't want, because I knew that the stress of what was happening in those times with the election and the pandemic, I felt like it was going to come out in the music, and I didn't want the record to be about that.
Right.
So I just needed the smoke to clear a little bit before I started writing.